Hello everybody, this is YSGuru from Japan Gaming. Welcome to another tutorial video for EDF 4.1. Now in this tutorial I want to show you pretty much the best and easiest stage for farming weapons and armor pretty much. And one of the coolest things that you can do with this stage is do it with two-player mode. Basically split screen. The name of the stage is Heaven's Army, level 82, and it's probably the farthest stage in the game, closest to near the end, that you can do in Inferno mode and pretty much get all the high-level weapons. Now the reason to do this in split screen is because you can power up two characters at once. So the first thing I do is I'll have a wing diver on the right side, and the wing diver will immediately destroy the flying ship that's there on the right, the transport ship that is transporting dragons. Now if you don't have the Gunganir like I do here, which is a one-shot kill on those, you can pretty much get the same effect with a ranger and just use that super powered beam weapon that he has, as well as a shot from the Stringer J9, and you can down that ship pretty quick. But yeah, Inferno mode, there's only 3 transport ships in this stage, and you have a lot of NPCs. And that's the key. The NPCs are pretty good at taking down most enemies, but of course you can help them. And of course the reason I'm doing split screen is any armor I pick up will be given to both characters. So you can pretty much farm armor for 2 characters at once. Say you wanted to work on a ranger and a wing diver, or a ranger and an air raider at the same time. Instead of playing them separately, you could do it together this way. And of course it's pretty easy with the wing diver one-shotting these transports. Now, as you saw, as soon as my wing diver recharged there, I shot the second ship there on the left, and now there's one left, which is just dropping bees all over the place. So you can help the NPCs a little bit with whatever you want, but the main character I'm farming with is the one on the left. Using the mouse and keyboard, the character on the right is controlled by my control pad in the split screen. But I'm farming for the air raider in this run. And after you've helped the NPCs out a bit, you can just jump out and pretty much that's it. You don't have to attack anymore. You don't have to worry about the enemies anymore. The NPCs will pretty much take care of everything. And just run around and grab all this armor and weapons. And there's usually a lot. And I mean there is a lot all over the place. And it's such a small area that you'll get a large number of drops, in a very small area, so it makes it easy to go around and pick everything up. Especially if you're air raider or ranger or the fencer, which is pretty slow for movement. It's easier to run around and pick stuff up. Now, the reason I'm running around with the air raider here, picking stuff up, instead of the wing diver, which, as everybody knows, would be 10 times faster. Ooh, look at all those weapons. Is because I'm actually weapon farming for the air raider. The only difference here between, say, playing multiplayer, in multiplayer armor is shared, as everybody knows in this game, and the weapons are shared as well. However, if you're playing this split screen, by yourself, like I'm doing, just to power up 2 characters, any weapon crates that you pick up are going to go to that character specifically. They are not shared. So if I pick up all the weapon crates with the wing diver, that's just going to be all wing diver weapons. And that's not what I want. I want the air raider weapons. You can still pick up all these armor pickups and they'll be doubled. All the armor will go to the wing diver as well as the air raider. But the weapons, just keep in mind the weapons are going to go to the person that picked it up, which is a little different than usual. And once again, you don't even have to worry about this final transport that keeps dropping I want to say bees, but maybe they're hornets. The eventual outcome here is the NPCs are going to destroy it. So you don't even really need to bother, attacking the bees or attacking the last transport. The NPCs will probably finish it off for you, especially the wing divers, since the wing diver NPCs in this mission have the monster sniper weapon, and they'll be shooting at it from long range, and annoyingly that's why you'll be hearing the beep 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 noise, the sort of power emergency noise this entire mission. But there it goes. The mission automatically gets cleared by the NPCs even before I was done picking stuff up, which is a little annoying sometimes. But you can see I got a lot of weapons, really good weapon run there, and this stage will give you the highest weapons available in the game. Just switch your player 1, whichever player character you want to farm with, and use that player to pick up all the weapons. Only takes about 5 minutes. Rinse and repeat. Now occasionally your second shot here, I'm going to show you might hit an enemy and miss the second transport ship, which I did just there with my wing diver. And so there's still 2 transport ships. And if that happens, don't worry, don't panic. Even though it's Inferno, it's pretty chaotic. You may just have to spend a little more time helping the NPCs fight off the extra enemies before you actually jump out of your vehicle, or before you just start farming, grabbing all the weapons and all the armor pickups. So it's not really a big deal. And once again, if you don't have the wing diver's Gunganier weapon, you can just use the Ranger and snipe a bunch of times with the Stringer J9 and eventually take out the transport ship there on the left, which is only dangerous really once. The second round it drops red dragons, which are incredibly dangerous. That's why taking out the first transport is so important. And once again, doing split screen like this by yourself means that the HP of the enemies is not increased. So they're pretty easy to kill, like you're playing single player by yourself. Whereas if you're playing this multiplayer with a friend, the HP is doubled for all of those enemy carriers in the ship, and so they're actually harder to take down. But this is really easy soloing. So I'm soloing everything, and after taking out that second transport ship, here I go again, just running around with the air raider and just picking up all the weapons and armor, and there's just tons of them scattered all over the place in a very short area. You can see on the map, a very small area, I mean. Don't worry about taking damage, because there's health items all over the place too. Just keep an eye on your health and grab the health items if one's nearby, but they're all over the place, so you probably don't have too much worry about dying. And even if you die, you still have your other player to resurrect you, and you won't have a mission failure. But yeah, that's about it. This is the best mission. Look at all that stuff. And you can see the NPC is attacking there. But yeah, this mission just has tons of armor, tons of weapons, and it's the farthest one in the game that's incredibly easy and quick to farm. Every other mission after this takes a long time. And is actually pretty difficult to do. So this mission is just really easy and a really great way to farm armor and weapons. Just keep in mind that any weapon you pick up is going to go to the person that picked it up. That's really the only difference from multiplayer. And rinse and repeat. And that's probably the greatest farm that you can do in this game, especially if you want to get all the weapons for a certain character class. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed, and I hope this tutorial helped you out. Good luck out there fighting those monsters.